Hi again. The technique I'm going to talk about today is the classic slap, which is a major preemptive technique in self-protection. Now, the slap, as we teach it, is the only technique that we use which has a whipping action. All the other strikes really are used with a lot of commitment and body dynamic and moving mass, but the slap is a relaxed whipping action, and it comes, in my case, from Goju-ryu karate, and which does have the soft strikes and the whipping, relaxed curving actions. So one of the advantages of this is it doesn't have to be delivered from a power base, a hard stance. You can be mobile, you can even be off balance, and you can deliver the slap with authority. Now, I've been teaching it for a long time, but when I started teaching it in South Africa, I found out right away that the slap seems to be part of Afrikaans culture, and teaching the police there, they were already familiar with it. They call it the klop, and a lot of guys told me how they'd knock people out using the big committed slap with a very long action, and we'll have a look at that technique described by Clint.
So when you slap, I want you to just go 1, 2, and then 3. All right. Sometimes you can hit him static. Sometimes step through. Your choice. Okay. Another option is to throw the power slap from the bottom. So in other words, I'm standing here, receptive volume, so made in here. Wham! From straight up, so up the blind side, straight into the jaw, throat. So I can be standing here and from here, just catch him up. Throw it in the way that it's strongest for you.
Okay, now let's talk about the target for the slap. You know, in our combatives, we don't go for precise targeting, pinpoint, but the side of the head is very, very rich in nerves, and particularly around this area here, it's called the Gasserian ganglion, and it's a whole cluster of nerves, which if you impact them with the authority of the slap at high speed, what it does is to cause the reticular activating system, the RAS, to shut down the brain. Another aspect could be that the acceleration of the slap onto the face imparts spin to the brain. So you're getting our classic shaking the brain, which again causes unconsciousness. And if you don't get into the face and you get lower down onto the neck, you can impact the carotid sinus, and that will do the job. Now, I have never revived somebody and said to them, what was it that knocked you out? Was it the RAS? Was it the carotid sinus? Or was it shaking the brain? Obviously, it doesn't really matter. Any of those effects can happen, and the slap is a broad-based technique, and from experience we know it works, and works very well. That's just the theory behind it. So going to have a look at the classic slap as shown by Sai from the Gutterfighters. Now, during World War II, the slap was taught, and it's been taught since, and quite a few authorities teach it as the cupped hand blow. And the idea is that the cupping of the hand creates a pocket of air which you drive into the target. My argument with that is air is compressible. Now, if you were to hold a bag of saline, for example, a sealed plastic bag of saline, and hit somebody with it, that is non-compressible. Would you think that would be more effective than just using a hand? Probably not. So what cupping the hand does, I don't think it has any actual positive benefits of driving this column of air. It's going to leak out everywhere anyway. And it also has the effect of causing tension in the hand, where we want that relaxed, whippy action. So I don't teach the cupped hand blow. I just teach to strike with, from the fingers, the palm and the palm heel. Anything to make impact. Get it as broad-based as possible. Get as many targets as possible. You might get the ear, the Gasserian ganglion. You might get the carotid sinus. It doesn't really matter. Now, as I mentioned, the slap is a preemptive, and it works very, very well from the fence. And if you deliver it from the fence, unlike the first vid where we were doing the long strike and we're building up the technique from the fence, it's a very short strike. Okay, so to practice this, we practice by using a pair of mitts, and you have your hand touching one of the mitts and striking the other one. So you're only getting this much movement. And we'll have a look at that. So as you saw with that short slap, you can still deliver the impact needed to cause knockout. And it gives you a lot of confidence knowing that you don't have to be telegraphic, you don't have to withdraw the hand, you can just go. You can have your hand on someone's shoulder in an escort situation and slap them from there. And it comes almost from it's within their reactionary gap. They don't have time to react from this position, because most people don't think you can deliver anything particularly effective from this position. They're waiting for that withdrawal. Now there is all the material I've been presenting is the way we do it, this relaxed whipping action. There is another way, and it's called the power slap, and it's been mainly described and taught by P. Considine, and it uses different body mechanics. It uses his trademark double hip, and it's equally effective. It's a great technique. I've trained with guys who've been introduced to it and proficient in it, and I can attest that it's correctly named. It delivers a lot of power, and it's a good technique. But I say it's different. So take your choice. I'll put a reference to where you can learn the power slap.